Welcome to Man Cave Media. In this video, I'm going to be showing some love to a Unibody mid-2010 MacBook Pro, and let's see if it's still worth your time and money in 2023. Let's check it out. All right, what I have here is a okay-ish condition Unibody MacBook Pro from mid-2010. And this was my wife's computer for many years, and then I used it for a couple years after her, and you know it's still in pretty decent shape. It's seen better days for sure. It originally shipped with 4 gigs of RAM, which is just miserable, and an old I think it was 500 gigabytes at the time spin drive. I've since upgraded it to 8 gigabytes of RAM, and I put a 128, I believe, 128 gigabyte SSD. And I used it like that for a little while, and then I got something better, and it kind of just sat on a shelf and got dusty. And now it's gotten to the point where my son is going to need a laptop for, light school work. He's only 9 years old, and so I wanted to give him something that he can do some web browsing with and maybe some word processing. Just school stuff, really simple tasks. And I was looking around on eBay for used MacBooks, and I remembered that we had this guy back here, and it is a bit old, but is it still useful? So I dug through my parts pile and I found another 8 gigabyte stick of RAM, so that will bring it up to 16, which is the max, I believe, for this system. And I have a larger 256 gigabyte SSD that I'll also be using for this. And then I jumped on iFixit just to see, what they have available as far as kits and replacement parts go. And they do have a fair amount of stuff. I looked at the battery, and the battery health is still pretty decent, so I'm going to go ahead and leave that be. But I did find, so this thing, like the top lid and the deck and keyboard, they're all in pretty decent shape. My wife had a case on it when she was using it. I used it without a case, but the lid and the deck are still in pretty good shape. But the bottom is where you can really see the age of this thing. It's got a dent right here. It's got a lot of scratches on it. It just, that's where you look at it and you go, oh man, yeah, it is very well used. And so I went over to iFixit, and I saw that they sell the bottom plate for this guy for $8. And so I figured for $8, it would be nice to give my kid something that wasn't all scratched up. Let him start a little fresh. And I also bought a new set of screws because the last time I replaced the RAM on this guy, I actually misplaced a couple of the screws. So I bought a set of screws, which are also super cheap. I don't remember exactly how much. I can tell you right now, actually, though. So the screws, because they include the screwdriver, it actually costs more than the bottom cover. The screws were $12. So, I mean, still, it's fine. At least I know for sure that these screws are going to work. And like I said, they do give you a screwdriver, which I already have an iFixit screwdriver, but now I have two. I guess I could take one to work. But anyhow, that being said, let's go ahead and pop the bottom cover off of this guy and get the other stick of RAM in, get the new hard drive in, and then we're also going to do a fresh install of macOS Catalina, which is the last version of macOS that was supported on this machine. And I was thinking about using OpenCore to get this thing up to Ventura, but because my kid's going to be using it, I decided not to. Like I said, he's only 9, so I'm just going to install the last supported OS and just leave it be. So that will be good enough for him to do what he needs to do for school. And then maybe later on when he's done, I might play around with it a little bit. Maybe, I don't know. By then it might be, really too old to be useful at all. That could be the case right now. I guess we'll find out. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into it, shall we? All right. So I didn't want to bore you with all the install stuff, so I went ahead and threw the other stick of RAM that I had in to bring it up to 16 gigs. I threw the SSD in, so now it has 256 gigabytes. And I just wanted to give you a look of what it looks like under here. If you've never seen the inside of a Unibody 2010 MacBook Pro, I cleaned it up really good. It wasn't that dusty, but it's been sitting back here for a while, so I wanted to make sure it was pretty clean. And then this is what the bottom cover looks like. Give you a nice close up of that. Nice little dent. Plenty of scratches. This thing was well used. So it is overdue for a fresh one. Let's go ahead and get the new one out of the bag. So this was B stock at iFixit. So it does have a fair amount of scratches on it, but no dent, most importantly. And it does still look better than the original one that I had. But most importantly, no dents. So that's a good thing. Let's go ahead and get this guy installed. Like a glove, as it should. Get the screws. So here's what the screw set looks like from iFixit. And then, like I mentioned at the start of the video, they include a screwdriver, which is always nice of them. And it also comes pre-installed with the correct bit you need for the screws. I have the iFixit Essentials kit, so I already have this same screwdriver. But like I said, now I could take one to work. I have a cheaper set, like an iFixit wannabe set that I use at work. I can take this driver to work now and use it there. Be nice to have a second one. Alright, if I remember correctly, all the short ones go on the front and around the sides, and the three long ones go in the back, I believe. Oh, so I just noticed, I don't know why I didn't see this before, big dummy. I noticed that you can buy the screws without the screwdriver. I did not notice that before, and that was my fault. Whoops. Let's see, the screws without the screwdriver are the same price as the bottom cover, so yeah, whoopsies. It's fine. I don't mind having the second screwdriver. I like iFixit stuff. Yep, that's better. Let's get the long ones in. That one went in smooth. As did that one. Alright, so all three of the long ones went in nice and smooth. I don't know what's going on with these short ones. They're going in pretty rough. I mean, they eventually go in, but now that one went in nice and easy. I don't like having to really turn them that hard. You shouldn't have to. Yeah, there's something going on with these front screws, and I don't know what. And they just don't want to. They don't want to turn nice, but anyways, I'll go ahead and get them back in. Like, they're going in, they just They're not going in nicely. Not as nice as I like. So anyway, now that that's done, let's go ahead and get a fresh install of Mac OS on here, shall we? Should be on here. Alright, I'm not sure why, but for some reason it rebooted when I selected the install disk the first time. So, giving it another go. Let's see how it reacts now. Should be good. Never had that issue before. It's kind of weird. So yes, macOS Catalina, agree. Agree. Brand new hard drive install. And away we go. So it's estimating about 4 minutes left. When I installed El Capitan on this way back when, I feel like it didn't take that long. It was pretty quick, but the mouse cursor is dipping in and out. I don't know how to take that. Is that good or bad? Oh no. Oh, finally. Finally some action on the install bar. It was stuck on nothing for like a solid minute. Whoa, 28 minutes remaining. Good Lord. I guess I got some laundry to do. I don't know how much I trust that 28 minutes. Only because of how quickly that bar just jumped as soon as it came up. But I don't know, it's not moving anymore now. Oh God, 28 minutes. Kill me now. What was I thinking? Mid 2010 MacBook Pro in modern times, ladies and gentlemen. All right, I've had my snack. We just had a second reboot. Hopefully it's close. Still with me? Of course you are. I cut all the boring stuff out. We got another enemy health bar, but this one's moving a little fast. Hey, all right. First time login always takes a little longer. I'm used to that. No, let's not do that. Go with dark mode. All right, there we go. So there you have it. The 2.5 gigahertz dual core i5 with 16 gigs of RAM, running macOS Catalina 10.15.7. So just, by doing this, it seems pretty snappy. Get rid of this. Let's eject the install disk. I'm going to go ahead and install Chrome, because that's what my son is going to be using the most. And we'll kind of get an idea of just how well it's going to perform. Oh, whoops, I forgot to reconnect it to the interwebs. So far, just navigating around here, it seems pretty snappy. With that that 16 gigs of RAM, it seems pretty good. Let's go ahead and install the ultimate RAM killer, Google Chrome. So the download is significantly slower than what I'm used to, obviously, for obvious reasons, I should say. But let's see how the overall install goes. All right, we good? Close Safari. Your job here is done. So yeah, the install of Google Chrome is going a little slow. Go. right. Should be good to go now. I'm going to drag this guy down here. And get rid of some of these that he's not going to use. I'm not going to use that. Oh, he might use that actually. We're definitely not using podcasts or that or that. There, that's better. Launch Chrome for the first time. See how it behaves. Alright, like the old saying goes, when you launch Chrome, you're home. So, I mean, it's not terrible. Let's see what kind of speed we get with this old Wi-Fi card. Oh, not bad. Not bad for something that was released in mid-2010. Not too bad at all. Yeah, I would take that. Any day. Alright, we're going to run a little speedometer here for web browsing. Huh. Yeah, okay, that's not bad. Not great, but not bad. For, like I said, again, for something that released in mid-2010, I'll take that score any day. My kid's not going to know the difference. So yeah, pretty good. Alright, in my humble opinion, if you have this MacBook laying around or anything similar to it, whether it's your previous machine or it's something that somebody gave to you, and you were trying to, make something that's just going to be a simple web browser or simple word processor, it is absolutely still worth your time. Since I already had the machine, my total investment here was just under $70. It was $68 and some change. That's for the RAM, the hard drive, and the hard drive I already had, but I'll go ahead and factor in the cost if you were to buy the same hard drive that I have. So for the RAM, the hard drive, the screws, and the lower case for this MacBook, I'm all in at just a hair under $70. For something that will, I'm sure, get my kid through school, at least to high school, that is. I mean, yeah, it's a perfectly capable web browser, perfectly capable word processor, and still very useful in this day and age, in my opinion. I wouldn't recommend going out, like looking at results on eBay. I wouldn't recommend going out and buying one of these and then refurbishing it yourself. If you could find one that somebody has already done the work to and upgraded it for a decent price, then sure. But there are better options out there if you were going to purchase, like actually purchase the computer and you're not just upgrading something you already have lying around. So I don't recommend that at all. But yeah, other than that, is it worth your time in 2023? Yeah, I would say it is. All right, that's all I have for this one. Thank you again for stopping by. Please smash that like button if you enjoyed this video and help feed that algorithm. Links in the description below for everything that I used here, including the stuff I got from iFixit. And lastly, if you enjoy listening to podcasts, please check out the League of Sedentary Gentlemen. We're available wherever you get your podcasts or direct from our website at man-cave-media.org. I hope you have a great afternoon, and like always, thank you for watching.